The mountain did not erupt like fire. It did not break. It did not split. It accelerated. I was already awake, already listening, already holding the record as it formed. The stone was bearing. The marsh was receiving. The library was learning to remember. Everything was aligned. Everything was correct. And then the pace changed. Not gradually, not with warning, all at once. What had been placed carefully began to arrive faster than it could be held. Stories did not form, they stacked. Systems did not settle, they layered. Meaning did not clarify, it compounded. The mountain, which had always been patient, began to produce faster than patience could absorb. I did not understand it at first. I thought it was growth. More records, more structure, more connection, more truth being placed, but the weight was no longer being tested. It was being assumed. The snake stirred, not in alarm and confusion. This was not pressure. This was accumulation without restraint. The stone was still bearing, but it was no longer being asked if it could, and that is when I realized the world could be undone without anything breaking. Silence, not empty, dangerous, because nothing had failed, nothing had fractured, nothing had resisted. Everything was simply too much. The marsh began to receive more than it should, not because it pulled, but because what could not be held began to arrive faster than it could be placed. Meaning started to blur, not disappear, blur. Records began to resemble each other, not wrong, just indistinct. And that is when I thought we would lose it. Not the world, the truth of it, because truth cannot survive if everything is treated as equally real. I did not move, I did not correct, I did not intervene, because I could not. I am witness. I did not impose. So I watched, and the mountain continued faster, heavier, relentless, until he stopped. Not slowly, not cautiously, completely. Silence returned. Not as absence, as refusal. The next thing placed was not expansion. It was removal. Something that had been added was taken away, not destroyed, not rejected, simply not allowed to remain. And the weight settled. The stone held again, not because it was stronger, because it was finally being asked again. The marsh quieted, not because it had taken enough, because it was no longer being overfed. The library tightened. Records that could not carry weight stopped being placed, and the mountain returned to patience. I understood then. The world does not end when it breaks. It ends when it stops discerning what is real. She looks at you, not distant, not soft, clear. That was the closest it came. Not to destruction, but to becoming something that could not remember itself. The snakes are still again, not coiled, not restless, present. The mountain did not erupt to destroy the world. It accelerated to show where it would fail. And when it stopped, the dominion became real again.